You may think that this loaf of freshly baked bread comes from a bakery, and you will never be able to replicate this result at home. Nothing could be farther from the truth. This rustic-looking bread comes from my oven, and it basically makes itself. You don't need any special skills, pans or mixers. No poolish or dough starters are required. You only need 4 ingredients. And once you realize how easy it is to make homemade bread, you will start baking loaves or repeat. You will need 400 grams of flour. You can use only bread flour or mixed flours, as I usually do. For example, 200 grams of bread flour and 200 grams of whole wheat flour, or a mix of different flours like semolina or spelt, if you like the taste of unrefined cereals. You have many possibilities. Just take into account that the color, the flavor, and the consistency of the crumb will depend on the mix that you use. Then you will need 300 milliliters of lukewarm water, 5 grams of fresh yeast or 2 grams of active dry yeast, and 5 grams of salt. In a bowl, mix the flours. Stir with a fork until well combined. Pour most of the lukewarm water into the flour mixture and start stirring. Dissolve the yeast in the remaining water. Pour the yeast into the bowl and stir until combined. Add 5 grams of salt and stir. Cover the bowl and let the dough rest for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, fold the dough inside the bowl in circular movements. Fold up and over the dough towards the center for a couple of minutes. Cover the bowl and wait 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, repeat the process. Fold the dough, cover the bowl, and wait 10 minutes again. After 10 minutes, repeat the process for the third and last time. Do not worry if your dough is still a little sticky. In this case, it's normal. Cover the bowl and let the dough rise in the refrigerator overnight, from 8 up to 24 hours. Lightly flour your worktop. Turn out the dough onto the flour surface. Press gently and start shaping a rectangle. The dough is pretty stretchy and it should be quite easy. Fold the dough one side at a time and lightly press to seal. Flip it over and fold it again for the second and last time. The dough is less stretchy and you will feel some resistance. It's normal. It means that the dough is taking structure. Prepare a bowl with a kitchen towel and flour it. Place the dough inside the bowl and cover. Let it rise for a couple of hours at room temperature until doubled in size. The ideal room temperature is 25–28 degrees Celsius. This temperature can be difficult to maintain, and winter kitchens are chillier, but you can let your dough rise inside the oven with the door closed and the light on. Preheat the oven and a stainless steel pot to 230 degrees Celsius, turning the fan function on. Prepare some parchment paper and flour it. Turn out the risen dough onto it. Cut the surface with a sharp knife. Take the stainless steel pot out of the oven and gently slip the risen dough into it. Put the lid on the pot and bake for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, take the lid off and lower the temperature to 220 degrees Celsius. Bake for 10–15 minutes. Let it cool on a cooling rack until it reaches room temperature or it's barely warm. If you cut it too soon, the texture of your bread will be probably gummy. The crust looks really crisp and crunchy, doesn't it? Let's have a look at the crumb. The texture is rich and quite dense, with a nice golden brown color, and the crumb is riddled with medium-sized holes and wider alveoli. This is typical of high hydration artisan bread. What do you think about this recipe? Let me know in the comment section, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.